Welcome to Daily Spiritual Thought, and today's title is Mind, Master or Servant. Glad you are taking the time today because today we're talking about a topic that needs clarification. It's about who takes the lead in our lives. Is our mind the boss or our servant? Which it should be in the end, because for many people the mind has taken the role of the master. But just when we have understood that we are so much more than just a body, an accidental product of evolution, when we'll realize that we are part of the creation that is evolving and unfolding, when we know that we've abilities within us that are there are there to create a dream life, yeah, to let things heal, then we're motivated to make a change in our lives. But then many realize that at this very moment their mind is the biggest problem. Because we are realizing more and more in this context that the mind we use has been conditioned to think logically. And exactly because it was misprogrammed due to ignorance of the programmers. Because our environment didn't know many backgrounds of life at all. And that for this reason he now takes the role of the spoilsport. Whenever we undertake something, when we visualize something, when we dare to do things or big things, then he announces himself exactly when we need him the least. And he gets in touch with contributions that are not useful to us. Can you really do that? Shouldn't you leave it alone? What do other people think about you? Surely this can't work. And so on and so forth. But if you now start to regard your mind and your subconscious as the enemy, then you're not on the way to a good solution. You will have to realize attention creates reinforcement. The mind will come back again and even more when you fight it. For this reason, you should proceed wisely. You should proceed in such a way that he has the possibility to recognize what is happening and can also support you accordingly. First of all, you should perceive him as what he is, a helper for you. Be grateful and use him as what he should be, your personal servant. Yes, he is and was your servant. Only he has become independent. With your mind, you can control everything at any time. You can create your world. You can change your body frequency. You can control your body energies so that you can heal yourself. And not only with you, you can use these abilities to help other people, if they allow it. But the basis for this is that you bring your mind back to where it belongs, that it recognizes where its place is. And that means to be available to you as a servant, because he's your most important instrument of creation. The reason why he now acts as a boss is that you have left him too long unattended. You can compare it to a toddler who has been left to play unsupervised, only to be surprised to find that the room or apartment has turned into chaos. Yeah? But who is responsible for that? The toddler? Of course not. It would have needed some supervision, and that's exactly how it's with the mind. Your mind started to collect information from the moment you consciously perceived your environment. It accepted everything because nobody said you shouldn't consume that. That doesn't correspond to the reality of what we are. Everything has reached him, and through this, a world view has arisen that tells him this world is determined by logic and rationality. And now ask yourself how such a conditioned mind must react when it is confronted with a sentence like, only our feelings can provide us with the true information, only our feelings can we really trust. Of course, such a sentence must sound completely wrong to a misprogrammed mind. And that's exactly why he's trying to protect you from something supposedly wrong, because it has been manipulated by our carelessness. Rest assured, this can be changed. If you start to realign it, to work with it actively, then it will take on a new role and the old programs will disappear into thin air. This will happen only if you do not fight them. For example, If you notice that disturbing thoughts are coming up, replace them. Immediately focus on something new and say goodbye to the disturbing thoughts with love and gratitude. Misprogramming the mind is like teaching a small child that water is fire and fire is water. But as I said, this can be reprogrammed. The only thing we need is some patience because the process of reprogramming takes time and trust. And that is why you should engage your mind and recognize it as a friend first. And when you're dealing with a positive issue, communicate with it mentally and let it know whenever something comes up in the environment that resonates with what I am dealing with, let me know. I need your help. Now he will mindfully check the outside for what you have given him and then check what, in quotation marks, the food it is getting. The food for your mind is the information it is getting. So ask yourself if what I am picking up here is helpful in living a positive life. And then you should make him understand that it's important to pay attention to feelings. Tell him that when a feeling comes up that something is wrong, then that is the intuition that wants to be heard. You will find that your mind starts to work that way. Wish you a lot of mindfulness and control over your mind, which you may have just left unattended for too long. For now, this is Andreas from Daily Spiritual Thought, and I know there's a lot of obstacles right now, but remember, we're all in this together and we'll get through this, okay? Have a wonderful time. Thanks a lot for watching and God bless.